Okay, so the fitness industry, it's a
Yeah.
tough one. It's
Yeah.
a hard one to be in. It's a hard place to be sometimes as a Christian as well, trying to stand out and, stand for what you believe in, things like that. What's it like being a Christian in the fitness industry?
It's very interesting because like I think because as a coach you're so one-on-one with people, you're very good at questions as a Christian, so like you're very intuitive with people, and people think you're like, like you just, how do you know this? It's like,
did you take some sort of course?
But just God just gives you all these questions to ask people, so it's always so amazing. Like people always say I'm a great person that asks good questions, and that does help in the industry. Walking in the industry, you can easily want to be like everyone else, look at what everyone else is doing and like just follow that, but you just really can't be that person. Like easily I can have so many more clients but then give a service. I'm not about that. I'd rather actually have my clients and give them the best I can, and then if I can feel like I can bring more people on, I'll do that. Another thing would be like in the industry that like what last year lockdown changed for me was I followed the game of you have to work 6 days a week to be successful in the industry. It's not the case. Like you don't have to, you don't have any time for God during that time. Is that really successful?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Because I've always heard from PTs, like the biggest struggle about being a PT is you're working 18-hour days sometimes, and you're working around other people's schedules and not your own.
Yeah, exactly that. And you just have to, I swear by this. Once I said to myself, I'm not going to work Saturdays and I'm planning out my schedule. God gave me more time and God brought me people. And because God is your provider. I'm calling the Lord my provider. So he will bring me the people that I'm meant to influence. And I believe that's why my business is flourishing, as well as the excellent, like he's trusted me because I have, I put in excellence with my clients and the programs I place out. But 100%.
It's about giving him that priority, right? It's about putting God first and then allowing him to dictate everything else.
Yeah.
And I think that's, especially living in Sydney, one of the busiest places on earth, it's so easy to get caught up with the rest of life, family, friends, work, hobbies, sport, whatever it is, that sometimes God takes the back burner and he sits on the back. But it's not until you place him in the forefront and say, okay, I'm not going to negotiate these terms. Church is my priority. God is my priority. My time with him is my priority. And everything else follows. He'll reward that. Yes. And it sounds like he's done exactly that in the business that you're running.
Mm-hmm. And what are your thoughts on the industry, like as you see it, like from like a bird's eye view?
Oh, well, I love going to the gym. It's one of my favorite things to do. It's the thing I do that lets me just go and release stress. So I go to UFC in Bankstown. So that's my favorite place. One of my favorite places on the planet at the moment.
Are you a boxer?
Yeah, do a lot of boxing. I don't like I love MMA, but boxing's always had a special place in my heart.
So you and Bow.
Yeah, probably from when I was a kid. Dad and I used to watch old Muhammad Ali fights.
Nice.
On Fox Sports. So I think that's pretty much what stuck with me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I love the fitness game because it depends on the coach, really, in my opinion. If the coach's whole purpose is just to get it done, move on to the next client,
just make money.
Yeah, it's rubbish. But when you've got coaches that actually care and want to see you succeed, not just in your fitness game, but in everything else, it impacts. It does. I mean, I think the best coaches know that it's not just about the physical, it's about the mental, the spiritual, everything else in between. But being a Christian that goes to the gym, I think it's easy to fall. I think it's one of those places that you really need to be on guard. You can drop your testimony so quickly. So you need to be careful. You need to be watchful. You need to be prepared, So that's what I think about the industry. I love it. I think it's great.
No, I can see that you can be very, I guess it's all about physical when you go walk into the gym, people see you, and yeah, it's all about the way you look or whatever.
Yeah,
and
it
like,
can be
people
so
don't look at you, people don't look at your heart. So
it can be
that's what
so easy to get vain very quickly.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know, but that's on you and your relationship with God at the end of the day. In my personal opinion, everything about that is based on what you're doing with God. If you're not putting the correct guards up to make sure that you're not listening to the music you don't want to be listening to, you're not having the thoughts you don't want to be having, or you're not looking at the things you shouldn't be looking at, that's on you and your relationship with God. You can't blame that on anyone else, but the guards that you put up in your life with God.